So hopefully everybody knows I'm over here. Oh boy, I had to reset, folks. I'm sorry about that. But I'm clear over here. Um, so hopefully, I might have to send Karen a message. Um, Let me do that real quick. Um, okay, Susan's in. She found me. So hopefully Karen will. I'm sending Karen a message. Boy, that's horrible. All right, we'll see if her and William join us. Uh, well, no, I had to reset. It wouldn't take the blur away from the old one, and it took it away due to an error. They said photo error. Huh? I'm an error. All right. Uh, Boy, and I got a good show. Loudest purr. Oh, I didn't know they checked that. I didn't know that you could submit your cat to Guinness World Records for a purr. Well, I guess they did. I guess they did. So, well, hopefully, Karen finds us. I did let her know. I sent her a message, not on my phone, but through Facebook. So hopefully she finds us. Um, I'll have to do away with the first stream after the show, and so everybody knows where to go. Um, wow, that's horrible. I'm gonna have to refill out all that info and edit it. Uh, so yeah, no one knocked me off. It just gave me an error message that for picture it said. Yeah, well, we all knew that the picture was blurry. Yeah, good grief. So we've got Hurricane Norma is expected to strengthen off Mexico's west coast. And boy, wait till you see the earthquakes. They are huge, into the fives. Not much in the United States, but we do have one up pretty far in the northern, I think, North Dakota. Really? When's the last time we had one in North Dakota? These are these are sporadic uh, earthquakes in diverse places. If you want to go biblical on that, so um, so I'm gonna let's get on to the first one is the newest hurricane Norma, and then we'll get on to a little bit of rain on the eastern coast. Susan, you getting some rain? Boy, I don't think anybody found me yet. I think a few did, but not everybody. Um, so here we go.
Norma became a hurricane on Wednesday afternoon, and additional strengthening is expected. It is possible that Norma could become a major hurricane on Thursday. However, Norma is expected to encounter shear on Friday and do quite a bit of weakening as it makes its approach towards the Baja. It is not out of the question that the storm could stall or meander southwest of the Baja. So there is going to be a lot of updates to listen out for. Please know there is still uncertainty with the exact track, but there's going to be impacts regardless for the Baja California Peninsula and western Mexico, including heavy rainfall and gusty winds. And the swells generated by Norma will continue affecting the Baja and the coast of western Mexico for the next few days.
Wow, look at that. When we haven't had so many um, um, hurricanes into Mexico in a very long time. Even with El Nino, La Nina, all of them, they never really spawned hurricanes that hit the western coasts. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and we'll see what happens as of tomorrow. Um, all right, so rain, gusty winds to the end of the week in the east, they say. And
Another weekend and
and so we got boy, we're having a little bit of everybody there. Yeah, I was hoping you'd find me, Karen. I sent you a message on Facebook, but I didn't know if you caught it. So Karen's back. See, There you are, new stream. It said I had an error. But yeah, you couldn't even see me. I was so blurry. Yeah, you would have thought that I put something on my lens or something. I don't even know what happened because I reset it and it was fine. But it said I had to an error and had to do a new stream. So there's no rain here, not yet. Miss Davis is trying to send it to you, Karen. So here we go.
Another
Oh,
system moving through the Northeast. This one, though, has two components, rain and wind. And I really think that wind might be the bigger component. So here it comes in Friday, and that rain will start to pick up interior Northeast. Now, by Friday night into Saturday, we'll start to see that heavy rain move up from the mid Atlantic into New England. So this isn't going to be all day rain. I want to point that out, but you will have some time of downpours. Now, more importantly than the rain, I think, is the winds. And this storm really deepens as it moves offshore. So Sunday, those winds ramp up, and that's when we could see our biggest wind gusts with those westerly winds ramping up those gusts to 30, 35 miles per hour. Late Saturday, but definitely throughout the day on Sunday, watch out for those winds. There's a look at the rainfall that is expected. Widespread amounts of about a quarter inch to an inch. But notice some parts of northern New England, interior parts of Northeast, this is where we could have even higher amounts than that.
Karen and Susan, you guys might get some, and now we're on the new stream, so I want to let everybody know that Guinness World Records for the loudest purr. Did we know that they check cats on Guinness for the loudest purr? I want to know the loudest screech and yell. Cats can really yell, and they talk. Um, loudest purr. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm still chuckling about my photo and I got an error. Yeah. All right. So, tropical storm Tammy through the Caribbean. Like I said, I put this down in the first info. A lot of hurricanes spawning up. So here comes Tammy. What happened to Sean? I guess Sean fizzled out, and now we are on to Tammy. Uh, I thought Tammy was in love. Isn't that a song, Tammy? Tammy? I don't know. I remember my sister having a 45 about Tammy, and she was in love. Well, this isn't love when you want to do a hurricane and tear up the islands. So here we go, folks.
Tropical storm watches have been issued for the Leeward Islands ahead of Tropical Storm Tammy, which right now has winds of 40 miles per hour. It's moving off to the west at 17 miles per hour. Now, this storm is going to make its closest pass or move over the Leeward Islands Friday and Saturday. So this is when we'll see the worst impacts in terms of rain and wind. There's a look at the trajectory, and this could very well become a Category 1 storm as it moves beyond the Leeward Islands. But also note it turns to the northeast, and that's due to a front that is coming off the U.S. coast. That will push it to the east, where it will stay well east of Bermuda and in the open waters of the Atlantic. So that is good news. But the next couple of days, we are certainly going to have some impacts for the Leeward Islands in terms of heavy rain, wind. Rainfall could be upwards of 5 inches with isolated higher amounts closer to 10.
Is everybody picking on the islands, Puerto Rico and stuff? It's just like they earthquakes and hurricanes and rain and hail and more earthquakes and rain and hail and hurricanes. It's like, is the islands being attacked this season for hurricanes? We keep seeing it over there, but nothing is really coming into to the United States. It seems to be steering away. Newest earthquake right there on the islands, Virgin Islands, right where these hurricanes are spotted. I mean, if you look at it, oh boy, they have got like 4 or 5 of them. They got the one in the Virgin Islands, 3.5. We got Dominican Republic 4.4, um, and Cruz Bay, Virgin Islands 4.0. Then you go over and Nicaragua. All of this is being hit hard with hurricanes and earthquakes. Boy, they must be thinking they did something wrong. These are superstitious people, and they got a 4.6. Now, when I start looking at the Ring of Fire, Kermadec Islands 5.3. Then we had one 5.2 in Indonesia. Then we go to a 5.9. I seen a 6.0 for the Philippines, right where everything's starting to build up for the uh, China and Taiwan. I don't want to say too much on that. 5.0 for Japan. Then Japan, I believe it's Japan, Uzu Islands, a 5.1. And then they had another one, same place, a 4.7. Then we go up and there's a little one just off one of the fault lines in Japan, Hokkaido. That was a 4.4. Now, there was a lone one on False Pass, Alaska. The rest of them are all kind of lined up because we see 2.9 in Nanwalek. Um, then we see one in Kenai, Alaska. These are threes. Another 2.7 in McKenzie. Then we would go up, and there's one in Central Alaska, 2.9, and then one up very high in Inuvik, Canada. So then you got to kind of move over. I want to go over to where we seen one in Derbent, Russia, and this was a 4.5. Then we seen one in Tajikistan, and we're seeing a lot of them there, a 4.2. This one was 1 mile deep. So it wasn't, was it an explosion or was it really an earthquake? Then we seen one in Afghanistan. That was a 4.1. And then one real uh, off of Alaska. This is west northwest of Eritrea. Uh, Eritrea. There you go. 4.5. Now, so if we go to South America, we see Argentina with a 4.4 and Chile with a 4.3. And that really didn't interest me. Now, the ones over in the Middle East did because everybody is throwing explosions everywhere. I didn't see nothing in Israel. It's all Afghanistan and Russia. So, and Russia's odd because we don't usually see them there. Now we get to the States. We've got one in Spanish Springs, Nevada, really, 3.5. Then we've seen one, Gustine, California, 2.5. Then we've seen one in White City, New Mexico, which has been having a lot of them lately. And they are very shallow. And then out of the blue, I thought it was North Dakota. I was wrong. South Dakota, a 2.7. And we have one, I think it was Oklahoma yesterday. Karen, do you remember? And I thought they were going to go east. Well, it went due north. So are we going to get one in between, which would be Iowa, Kansas? Or Oklahoma? Are we going to see one there before it does go east? Or is it going to go east? This is so odd, and it's amazing, and this is probably going to make history, folks, of all of these earthquakes in all these weird places. So we're going to keep an eye out for it. All right, we're going to go to the noisy cat. Yeah, we want to know about this noisy cat sets new Guinness World Record for the loudest purr. The cat's purr measured close to the sound of a standard washing machine or a tea kettle boiling. I'd like to go for a dog howl. How loud can a dog howl be? Does Guinness even have that? They do. When I heard the cat purr, I was like, really? Yeah, boy, they're coming up with a Guinness record for just about everything. How about how loud a woman screams? They have them on the movies because women scream at a higher pitch and it's louder than a man. So I'd like to know that. Well, they say um, a 14-year-old mixed breed cat appears to have no problem being heard after setting a new world record. Bella has been given the title of the world's loudest purr by domestic cat living, according to the recent press release issued by the Guinness World Records. Bella's purr measured 54.49 decibels, which is equivalent to the sound of a tea kettle boiling. My cat purrs louder than the TV. It's so loud we can't hear what people are saying on the TV. Boy, wouldn't that be snoring? Yeah. Also, when watching TV, she likes to be loud with the TV. They used to always moan about the sound of the purr blocking the sound of the TV in the evenings. And they said they are proud in a way. They're proud of their little kitty, and they got a certificate from Guinness Book of World Records. Loudest purr. Oh boy, I like the hat thing better. Okay, so there's a hat that allows for close up for hummingbirds. Now we have had people that have been trying to do this for a very long time to be able to get pictures of hummingbirds up close. Now I think this guy found out a way. If not, then we got what's his name? Zuckerberg come up with some glasses that might even be able to be used, and if you can hold on to a feeder long enough. But so we have this gentleman that has created something that he can get as close as possible to the hummingbirds. Oh wow, isn't that a pretty picture? So hummingbirds, did you see all the pretty colors? Now, did you know if you get a feeder and one hummingbird comes up, there will always be a second and then a third. I don't know if they're telling each other or if others follow them as they see that they're being fed. But if you have one, they say two will show up very quickly. All right. Boy, what was that? Ah. All right, so home of legendary Loch Ness monster is a place people really want to visit, says a new survey. Everybody's starting to flock to the mysterious places in the United States. Not only do they find that the towns are cheaper to be able to visit, but they have interesting um, places like Loch Ness where they have museums and also um, other things in the towns. Loch Ness is becoming very popular, just like Route 66. It used to be traveled well until they closed it off and put in the new highways. Well, now more people are traveling Route 66 for their vacations than they are driving those highways. Uh, Great, I even seen that um, today they were saying Arkansas is a great place to go because we're cheap. And I was like, well, yeah, we are, but, and they were showing all these places and I was almost naming them all. And I was like, no, no, they don't want to go there. No, they don't want to go to Fayetteville. You don't want to go to Little Rock. Hot Springs, really. Eureka Springs, maybe. Um, uh, Arkansas isn't the best. I could think of better places to go than here, even though it's cheap. Yeah, you might get a decent vacation. It depends on what you're looking for. So, Loch Ness Monster is the top number one place that vacationers are going. Huh. Um, I should have put this up on the title because this man claims he's being targeted by the same bird after multiple attacks on the way home from work. Now, this man claims that a territorial bird singled him out after attacking him day after day on his route from work. He says he lives in Brisbane, Australia, and he bikes home from his kitchen catering job. And they say they dive bomb him. They said from September 20th on, they've been dive bombing him. It's a magpie bird, he thinks. And he says it pecks at him. It's pecking at his head. It's swooping down. It's trying to get his face. He says he don't understand why this bird has singled him out as a target. And he's been attacked multiple times. And by the end, it was funny. He said because he knew it was coming. Uh, he would be riding. He's like, okay, the bird anytime, and peck, peck, peck. He said. So the bird isn't being nice. Um, um, I just got to show you guys this. This is crazy.
I will be back.
Yep, the bird is getting him, folks. The bird is getting him. Wow. You got. I've heard of birds doing this, blackbirds or bluebirds, blue jays especially. But for a magpie to do this, how odd. Either he disturbed their nest, or they maybe they don't like his gray helmet. Huh. All right, so Zuckerberg has got Meta AI Ray-Ban glasses and evolve into a live stream camera, folks. You might think that sunglasses are just for blocking out the sun or making fashion statement, but not with Mark Zuckerberg. He envisions with the relaunch of Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses. The previous smart glasses in the version from a joint venture was a flop. Well, now he said he's not giving up. And then he came up with creating a wearable device. You could do more than just capture and share photos and videos. These are smart glasses, he said, are designed to connect you with metaverse, a virtual world that Zuckerberg believes will revolutionize social interactions. I think it's going to be a flop unless he just keeps it as like a camera or video camera. You can be spied on without even knowing it. So when people hold up their cameras and take pictures, well, with these sunglasses, you won't even know. And as they record, you're going to be filmed, pictured, or even heard without even knowing. These Ray-Bans, um, they said, will be very expensive because they're smart glasses. They are smart glasses. It will cost you over $300 for these glasses. Yikes. I don't know. How about I just go to the dollar store and get me something cheap there? Yeah, because I find the same ones at Walmart for like $15. And I only pay like 3 or 4 at the dollar store. Yeah. And there are even some of them are even made better. I got a pair of sunglasses from Walmart. Were so cheap. They broke in my purse. Me putting my wallet and stuff on them. They fell apart. Yeah. So I went back to Dollar General. Yes. All right. So scientists are puzzled by the sudden supersound of rumble inside Mars. Mars has earthquakes. And now that we have got our rovers and some of these drones up there now, they're now realizing that Mars has earthquakes. And they finally were able to get one, capture it, and find out it was a 4.7, the most powerful ever detected on the red planet. Indeed, anywhere off world. Should the scientists be stressed out? Should they worry? I don't think so. They want to find out if there's fault lines. We don't know. It's like our ocean. We haven't gone far enough with it to be able to say, is this normal? Does Mars have earthquakes all the time, or is this something odd? That's what the scientists and NASA are going to find out. They're going to start putting sensors now on their drones and their rovers to be able to detect all these earthquakes and even see if they even have hurricanes or other natural disasters. That's to me that's interesting. Um, Okay, it's Halloween time, and McDonald's is bringing back the boo buckets. So if you got your little kiddos that like the Happy Meals, they're handing out boo buckets. And what are boo buckets? They're used for trick or treating, folks. So if you like them, go check them out. Get you a boo bucket for your kiddos or your grandkids. Karen, you got a kiddo. Is she going to go out trick or treating this year? Get her out there. Let her have some fun. She'll go up that door, and once she's realized she gets candy, well, then you folks take the candy away from the kids. Just take it away. You get home, don't let them fill up on it. Don't let them just eat it, eat it, eat it. Take it away and give them a couple pieces every day, and say that's what the 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 people that give the candy out. That's what they want you to do. You have to have just their piece this day and the other neighbor this day and the other neighbor this day. Spread it out. And candy will last 2 months. So don't let them sit down and eat it. But boo buckets are back. Now, a rescue dog saves a boy's life after waking up the owners at 5 a.m., leading them to their son's room. And this the animal rescue group in Houston came across an abandoned litter of 9 border puppies. Nobody wanted them. Little did they know that in August of this year, their kindness would be rewarded 10 times, 12 times over, 100 times over. When uh, ten, Axel played an enormous part in saving the life of Tanner's 17-year-old son, Gabriel. Uh, Gabriel suffered a stroke in the overnight as he slept, and it was unexpected. And the dog kept going in and trying to get the parents to wake up, wake up, wake up, barking, nudging, jumping, bugging them until they finally got up and he led them to their room, their 17-year-old son. And if the dog wouldn't have notified them, this kid could have died. And this dog, it was never trained, never trained. It's just instinct and love. Instinct and love. I loved it when they said that. Um, we're getting into the holiday season, folks, and Thanksgiving meals. And we've heard everything's going up. The turkeys, the the stuffing or dressing, everything that has to do with Thanksgiving. Last year went up, and it hurt. Well, Walmart and Aldi decided they're going to cut their cost for Thanksgiving meal. And they're offering a holiday meal discounts through Christmas. So, not just for Thanksgiving, all the way through Christmas. Check the prices of Walmart and Aldi when you're going to get your Thanksgiving meal. We just don't know what's going to be on sale. And if they're going to lower the cost, we thank them. Um, all right, we are down to the funny post and what not to say to a police officer. Well, I can't reach my license unless you hold my beer. Is that a 9 millimeter? That's nothing. Look at my 44 Magnum. William, you still in here? Yeah, William's still in here. Um, your dog, I know my dog senses when I don't feel good or anybody else in the house, and they will, like my Jewel, will stick by whoever doesn't feel good and will lay in their lap and won't leave their side. And if you try to make her go away, she's right back. Um, I think dog senses when people don't feel good or when there's something wrong or medically wrong. All right. So, what not to say to a police officer? You must have been going over 120 to keep up with me. Well done. Sorry, officer, my radar detector wasn't plugged in, so I didn't know I was going over the speed limit. I was going to be a cop, but I decided to finish high school instead. Oh, and you definitely don't want to say, are you the guy from the Village People? Bad cop, no donuts for you. You're not going to check my truck, are you? Gee, that gut doesn't inspire confidence. Um, I pay your salary. Oh boy, these will get you in trouble. Don't say these things, folks. Do not say these things. Um, wow, you look like the guy in the picture on my girlfriend's nightstand. I thought you had to be in good shape to be a police officer. So, are you Barney or are you Andy? I thought you had to. Okay, is it true? Uh, People become cops because they can't get into a job at McDonald's. Well, when I reached down to pick up my bag of crack, my gun fell out and lodged between the brake and the gas, and it accidentally shot through the windshield. Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's probably why you got pulled over. So don't say the stuff to the police officers. Another thing is, um, you don't ask them. Uh, well, if they ask for your ID, folks, just give it to them. That's gonna, once you say I'm no, or I'm not going to give it to you, and don't speed away either when they're standing there. That's the other no. But if they ask for your ID, just give it to them. If you don't have nothing to hide, just give it to them. Who cares? They're going to look at it, they're going to run it, they're going to see you're squeaky clean, and they're going to like, okay, we're just going to give you a warning or we're going to just give you a small ticket. But you start mouthing a police officer, oh boy, there's a good chance you get a good cop, a bad cop, really bad cop. All right, folks, that is it. I've got a great Thursday show coming up for you with news, packed, full of news. Some updates on um, Ukraine and boy, we got war just going on. Uh, if you want to know the latest on the updates, come join me in about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Um, And of course, tomorrow is trivia. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if Karen gets it or Susan or Linda. Linda needs to get it this week. And not that I'm trying to help her out, she's just getting better at it. All right, no Googling. And so, with that, folks, we will see you in about 20 minutes for news and world news. And of course, we thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and share. We've got quite a few new viewers. Share the show, and let's see if we can get more than. Let's see if we can get 2,000-3,000. Some of the funny posts are getting 3,000-4,000 views, and I appreciate that. So have a great Thursday, and God bless.